It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show, y'all. And we're going to get it popping like this now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, brothers. Right now, sisters. Let's go, y'all.
You're calling back into a live show. We are reconnecting you now.
Okay. So today we're going to get a little psychological. We're very logical, never illogical. We're going to break it down for us to be able to relate, and we're going to do this Saturday. And at the same time, make sure we add in a little rhyme. We got enough time to make it happen, make it do what it do, not snapping. I'm here and I'm not capping. What? We talking about wondering if they have been right about you all along. Listen, from the time that we've been growing up, from the time that we were exposed to other people, and even sometimes talking about our own people that we were raised by, groomed by, reared by, brought up with. Sometimes they aren't the people who encouraged us. Sometimes they are the people who started the discouragement. Sometimes they are the people who told us that we weren't what we were, but did we believe them? Well, when we were younger, we were probably forced to believe some of the negative things that were said about us, whether they were said in anger, whether they were said in hate, whether they were said in jealousy, whether they were said in truth, whether they were said in any type of way. But today, what we're going to talk about is our sense of self and how that weighs as we are navigating our way through this life. You know, people are always going to say things about you. Not everybody in your life is going to love you. Some people aren't even really going to like you. And you know what happens when people don't like you? They will do things to try to defame your character, and they will also try to do things to try to make you feel bad about yourself. And that's not an easy thing to fight against all the time. You know, people may say, well, you know, you just got to do what you got to do and always stand strong. Don't listen to what nobody say. Well, one of the reasons why I say you can't always take that stance is because sometimes people are right about you. Sometimes we protect ourselves against things that are painful for us, even when they are true, even when they are detrimental, even when they are helpful, even when we gotta make sure that we have the right friends. You can't always be around a bunch of yes men. Yeah, you can't do it now, can't do it then. But we have to go through this life, and we're going to do this thing as we do it, and we won't be trite. That's word. What's up, T. Carey? Right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going right in your sight. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, Max, and chill, and Stacey White. Thanks for coming on through the day. It's always good to see you, something to say. And who is that? Mia Nasir. Thanks for coming through right here. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is a Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, first of all, I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Today, we are talking about wondering if they have been right about you all along. You know, it's hard. It's hard when in your life you are dealing with things. You're dealing with people who are negative towards you all the time. It's hard fighting against people who say that you're ugly, who say that you're stupid, who say that you're not that talented, who say that you're not that good, who say that you're unworthy, who say that you're just lucky and not talented, not skilled, who say that it's not really about you or anything dealing with you. It's about something else. It's hard dealing with those things. It's hard dealing with people who say that you have done things that you have not done, negative things that you have not done that people say that you have done. It's hard fighting against people or trying to convince people that you are not, that you don't have the type of intentions that they have negatively placed upon you. You know what I'm saying? That's a real hard thing to defend yourself against. Trying to defend your character, your integrity, and the way that you think. Have you ever heard or had somebody trying to tell you how you think? Like, no, you're not doing that because of this. You're doing this because of that. You're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? How are you going to tell me what my motivation for doing something is? Not saying that nobody has ever been right in that situation, but come on. I can't tell you how you think or what to think, and you can't do the same for me. Let me get this young label. Get this young label off of this here apple juice. Because we not advertising them. And y'all might be saying, okay, so you won't advertise this cheap apple juice, but you got a PlayStation shirt on. So what? It was the only clean shirt I had. It was laundry day. Anyway, it's hard defending yourself against people like that all the time. It's hard being the underdog all the time. It's hard seeming like nobody is in your corner or not enough people are in your corner to help you fight against the powers that be, the negative powers that be that seem to be against you at every turn. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard being a loner all the time. Being the only one that will fight back, fight against, fight at all the time. And so what can happen a lot of times is when people have talked bad about you, especially when they talk bad about you to yourself, to your face, it can make you start wondering if maybe there's smoke where that fire is. It can make you start wondering if, well, maybe everybody can't be wrong. So some of these people have to be right about me. It can make you start wondering if you're giving off the type of energy that people are saying that you're giving off. And in some cases that is the case. In some cases that is the truth. But is it with you? You know what I mean? Your journey is your journey. And before you reach the end of your journey, or before you accomplish the goal that you have set out for, before you reach the pinnacle, or you peak, or you hit your ceiling, or you achieve the goal that you set out to achieve, people will say a lot of things about your journey. They will say a lot of things about the direction that you're going towards or going in. They'll say a whole lot of things about you. And if you're not careful, you can forget what you originally came there for, if it hasn't changed already. And you can start bending to the whims and the desires and the dreams and the wants of other people when they have no interest in you at heart. You know, in business, when people say that you're not doing it right, you have to listen because your bottom line can be at stake. But sometimes you can compromise yourself even in business to whereas you can lose yourself. One of the worst things in life that can happen to anybody is for them to lose themselves. And when I say you've lost yourself, or that you lose yourself, or that you're losing yourself, is that you start forgetting who you are, what you want. You stop concentrating on what makes you happy and what makes you motivated. You start losing the go button. You lose the go button. Other people start becoming your go button. But in business, for example, if people keep telling you you're not selling the products that people want to buy, you have to listen to that. But let's take it a different step. Let's look at it from a different angle. What if your goal in business is to improve the community? What if your goal in business is to send a positive message? What if your goal in business is to empower other people to be able to become business owners, or at least or entrepreneurs, or better shoppers? What if that's your goal? and everybody is telling you to sell out, go and be more commercial. Here's the thing about going commercial. Here's the thing about going Hollywood. Well, you're definitely going to make some money up front. You're going to get all the fame, the notoriety, and the money that comes along with being well known and having something that most people want, or that a lot of people want. You're going to achieve that goal. But what can also happen is you can get so hot that there's no other place for you to go except to get cooler and cooler. Y'all understand what I mean? There have been times, if we look in entertainment, for example, when an artist is red hot, it's hard for them to ever re-achieve that level of success, that level of fame, that level of popularity, that level of notoriety, that level of being in demand. It's hard. If you don't believe that it's hard, look at Michael Jackson and look at Thriller. Michael Jackson, I don't care what he did in his life, he couldn't make another Thriller. I don't think he meant to make the Thriller that he made. It got made, but there's no way he could have known it was going to blow up like that he was going to blow up like that. No way. You can see that he wasn't ready for that type of success. What happened after Thriller? Michael Jackson's whole appearance became different after Thriller. I can't say that it was because of Thriller, but one thing is for sure. He sold more albums than had ever been done before. He outsold Elvis. There was no album bigger than Thriller. After Thriller, they tried to make it seem like other albums or other artists had sold as much as Thriller. No, they didn't. No, the fuck they didn't. It was hard to find a family, a single family that didn't own a Thriller album. It was hard. At the very least, you owned a single. Billie Jean, Beat It. Thriller wasn't even one of the better songs on the album. Think about it. Thriller blew up because of the video. If there had not, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, and I'm just going to be real. I don't think that the song Thriller would have got released as a single had it not been for that video. I don't know, but I don't think that anybody who owned that album, Thriller, was looking like, yo, I hope the next song that he should put out is Thriller. I don't know if Thriller was ever anybody's favorite song on the Thriller album, but when that video came out, I bet you it was. I remember the Thriller album before the Thriller video, and I was not rewinding Thriller. Beat It, yes. Billie Jean, yes. Wanna Be Starting Something, yes. Even PYT. Always Be My Lady, Lady of My Life. Thriller, it was a weird song. I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know what he was talking about in Beat It either. But you understand what I mean? But not saying that Michael Jackson fell off after Thriller, but he couldn't get that level of success again. You can't put that lightning back in the bottle. Can't do it. So, if you're trying to do something in your life and you get really, wait. If you're trying to do something in your life and things are starting to go according to plan, but other people see your plan and they like, man, all you have to do is twist this and turn this and tweak that and change this, and you could be fully blown. And in your heart of hearts, like, yeah, but if I do that, then what I've come here to do is never going to get accomplished because I've sold out. And one thing about our people, we know about selling out. We know about, yo, that joint was the shit. That was the shit before. Yeah, before such and such took over. You know, BET. You ain't gonna tell me that BET wasn't way better when it was black owned. You ain't gonna tell me that. You ain't gonna tell me that black radio, for those of us who are old enough to remember what black radio was, you ain't gonna tell me it wasn't better when it was actual black radio. You see the difference in the programming. The programming was geared towards improving our community, raising our level of consciousness, things like that. When the white man gave the black man all of this money and sold the black company, and they kept the black name, but you see the difference in the commercials that came on, the difference in advertising. And when you start talking about TV or radio, all you have to know, all you have to look at to find out who owns the station, who's running the station, is look at the commercials, see who they're marketing to, and see what they're marketing, and you'll see. That's why it was a big difference when Bob Johnson owned BET. You saw the programming and the commercials were geared towards a more conscious community in the black community. As soon as they sold it out to Viacom, I noticed, I was like, those commercials, they didn't used to have those types of commercials on BET. Now, this may not mean anything to anybody, but I'm saying all this to say this. People can tell you about what you're doing wrong and how you're not doing right, and how if you did this or that and the third, you would be better and you would get better results. It's not always true, but you have to make the determination for yourself about whether you want to make them true or not. I put up a post the other day and it said, motherfuckers have been wrong about you all this time. Don't start questioning their credibility now. And what I meant by that post is, cats may have insulted you, discouraged you, teased you, and just really, really threw dirt on your name for years and years because they did not understand or appreciate what you were trying to do. But once things started coming together, and then they start jumping on your dick, that's when they start coming around. That's when they started acting like they've been taking this ride with you the whole time. That's when they start coming around talking about they believed in you. But if you don't get to that point by staying the course, you might allow them to change you and start believing that somebody else has a better plan for you than you had for yourself. My number one defense against that is, do you know what you want? You have to ask yourself, do you know what you want? Because if you don't know what you want, then of course you can take on the persona or the dreams or aspirations of somebody else. But if you know what you want, that's not going to work. All you have to do is go back to, wait a minute, do I still want this? Because if I do, I have to make sure that this is the road that I'm traveling on, and this is where I want to go. What's good? So have people been right about you all your life? You wondering if they have been right about you all along? Were you a dickhead? Were you an asshole? Were you too aloof? Were you too Joe? Were you a dick rider? And listen, I don't mean to use all of these derogatory terms, but this is how we talk. This is how we talk when we are describing somebody else that we are frustrated with. So why can't we talk about that to each other, amongst ourselves, and about what we really feel when we are feeling this way, expressing ourselves, and living this life? So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. If y'all would like to call into the show, I invite y'all to call in, and the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's a number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and you can rock on and do the damn, do the damn thing. So, wondering if they have been right about you all along. Oh, by the way, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the wondering if they have been right about you all along. You know what I mean? Siding with the enemy. Letting your haters run the show. Letting your haters have all the influence. Is that what we doing? Emily says she's just popping in, won't be here long. I hear you. Okay. Came in to say a few things. Stacey White says, I do not regret my cat. Not at all. I got a lot went against me getting a pet. Really? People didn't want you to get a cat? Like, damn, we running out of things to hate on? Like, you'll never own a feline in this town. No, you won't. No Fifi, no Fluffy, no Morris, no Heathcliff. No. Well, honestly, depending on where we come from, we can find people to discourage us in any area of our lives. But how long do we fight against that? How much do we believe in ourselves to fight it all? What is our willingness to go into battle in order to keep our sense of self? How much does that matter to you? That's kind of what you have to ask yourself. You know, how important are the things that you hold dear to you for you to keep doing the things you have been doing to acquire those things and to keep those things? How important is it? Wondering if they have been right about you all along. You know, when we're children, man, we are in such an impressionable state. We are in that state where we are trying to grow, to fit in, to learn who we are, what we're here to do. What happens when you grow up to parents, siblings, family members, friends who tell you that you're ugly, who tell you that you're stupid, who tell you that you're slow, who tell you that you're worthless, who tell you that you're not good enough, who tell you that you'll never be able to run faster than they can, jump as high as they can, sing very well. You know, the worst thing that you can do to a person is discourage them from even trying. If you can stop a person from trying, you got them. You got them all the way. Because you cannot achieve anything that you don't try. You know, I have this conversation with people all the time. They'd be like, no, I'm not going to use the word try because people try just to say that they tried. I'm going to make sure that I get it done. I was like, well, you have to try first. Trying is actually a good thing. First of all, there are a variety of things that you can try. You can sample a bunch of things to find out exactly what you like. Have you ever started off wanting to do something that you were interested in, but when you found out more about it, maybe when you tried it, you realized that it wasn't for you? Well, that's one thing, because that's your choice about whether it was right for you or not. What about when somebody else tries to make that choice for you? What about when somebody else tries to say, no, you're not good enough, you're not elite enough, you're not strong enough, you're not fast enough in order to even try this? What happens then? It's like trying to get into a country club, trying to join a country club, and the country club is all white. Now, one thing that you cannot do is become white if you are black. You can praise white, worship white. We have plenty of people who do that, but you cannot be white. So you may fulfill the economic or the financial criteria that it takes in order to be a member of this country club, social club, whatever. But what you can't do is be the race or ethnic group that they have compartmentalized themselves into. You can't get in here. Yes, you are smart. Yes, you are educated. Yes, you are well read. Yes, you are well traveled. Yes, you are rich. But what you aren't is white. Can't be in here. Can't be in here. That's what it can feel like when somebody tells you from a young age that you can't do something, that you're not qualified in order to do something, be something. You're never going to be this, not even one day. Shout out to my people who grew up playing sports. You know how sports go. The sports we play, basketball, football, baseball, things like that around the way. Boxing. Trying to think about some of the things that we actually play around the way. I know we play tennis and we play a variety of sports, but I'm talking about the ones that we will openly engage in with the quickness and with very little training. But anyway, let's say you were pretty good at playing football, but somebody tells you, yeah, but you ain't never going to make it to the NFL. You don't catch that well. You're not fast enough to be a running back. You don't throw far enough to be a quarterback. And if enough people tell you that, and then opportunities fail to present themselves because they keep putting somebody in front of you who you personally believe that you can beat or have beat away from that area, but you never get your shot. Those are some of the things that can make you start to believe that, yeah, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not good enough in order to be this thing. Maybe I won't make it there. Now, you might be the type of strong-willed person that pushes on and says, no, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, everybody that hated on me, everybody that discouraged me, I'm going to show them all. I'm going to show them all. And you might set out to do it. And you might actually do it. It's hard to do it. It's hard to, stemming from being a child, it's hard to make it as a child when you have no support system, when you have no encouragement, when you have nobody in your corner saying, yes, go. That's right. That's right. That's my baby right there. Yeah. Woo! You did that. Mm-hmm. That's right. Do it again. Yeah. That's my boy. That's my girl. It's hard to keep going without that. You know, like I know people who played sports were good at what they did, or what it doesn't have to be sports. It could have been another talent, singing, dancing, acting, whatever the case may be, whatever you were into, sports or the arts or science, math, whatever it was. It could have been chess. Doesn't matter. Whatever it was that you were good at, you were very, very adept at that skill. And I know people who had parents, living parents, who never went to any of their games, never went to any of their events, never went to see them showcase their talent. You know how hard that is on a child? You know how hard if there's anything that you will remember in your life, you will remember who supported you and who did not support you as a child. You won't forget it, because life can be cruel to the point where maybe you got all of the encouragement when you were younger and somehow it died out because maybe the people who used to encourage you died out. So they built your foundation. They built your foundation of support. But then that foundation of support started to weaken when people started to fall off, when they started to go away, when they started to die, when they started to when you moved away, whatever the case may be. So you can make it as an adult, make it to adulthood, I should say, and start to believe like, dang, the only people that have ever loved me and that will ever care about me and whoever supported me were those people, and they're gone. Everybody else is a hater. I'm cursed from here on out. And what can make it worse is somebody coming along and saying, yeah, those people who encouraged you, they only encouraged you because of this, that, and the third. It wasn't because you was all that. It wasn't because you were worthy. It wasn't because you were even good, because you're not. You ain't cute. You ain't fly. You ain't fast. You ain't whatever. You ain't got no skills. You ain't got no game. You don't It's tough. So somebody says they was real nasty to me. Remember, they did the same thing about my apartment too. They literally don't want you to live. Narcille says, I think about the ones that see an acquaintance walking, blow their horn, blow their horn, and don't offer a ride. Yet we'll talk about them walking everywhere. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they on the bus. They on the bus. Yeah, man. But wondering if they have been right about you all along. That is a tough situation when you no longer believe that you hold the key. When you no longer believe that you control your destiny of your direction in your life. When you no longer believe that the plan that you set in motion is the plan that you should follow. Now you giving all of the haters, everybody who has been discouraging towards you, you giving them all of the power. Basically, you've given them the keys to the car. Now you can drive me in any direction that I had. I thought that I was good. I thought that I was strong. I thought that I was fast. I thought that I was worthy. I thought that I was special. I thought that I was on my way to something. But y'all have let me know that I ain't shit. Like, what part of the game is that? What part of the game is that? When those who have tried to discourage us for the longest time, when those who have fought against us and were never on our side, what part of the game is it when we have decided that they were right? How can that be a good thing? How can that be a good thing? Well, it happens, and that's the thing. And that's what we're talking about today. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to share this show. Like I asked y'all to share this show, and then, when I go to my groups, all of these videos come up. Like, I don't want to see this shit. I'll get back to you later, Mr. Bojangles. I'll get back to you later, Mr. Bojangles. Singing and dancing, singing and dancing. All right. So, yeah. How do we get to the point where we decide that somebody else has where we just basically bend to somebody else's whims or their thought processes? How does that go? Like, why would we ever do that? And we do it, but why? Why would we ever do that? Why would somebody else have that power? And this is bigger than just raw power. This is more than just like, well, I don't want nobody telling me what to do. This is bigger than all of that. It really is. This is about keeping your sense of self. This is about remembering what your desires were and what the plan of achieving your goals were, or acknowledging your list of accomplishments are. This is what can happen when you throw all of that away. That whole process that got you to where you are today. Like you say, forget where I came from. All that matters is that these people don't like it anymore. And I'm not saying that if you are a person that is obnoxious, that is offensive, that doesn't think a whole lot about what they say or do and how it affects other people, I'm not saying that you should stay that way. Not by any means. What I'm talking about are the people who are decent, who are nice, who try to affect people in a good way. People who are confident. Even if they ain't helping nobody, they ain't hurting nobody. They're doing their thing. I'm talking about what happens to change them from being confident, being strong-willed. What happens when they allow their detractors, their enemies, their haters, the people who are jealous and envious of them? What happens when they allow them to run the show? Y'all with that? Does that sound good to you? Because it sounds, to me, very TK right says, if we give into the idea of us as an adult, it's like we never truly grew past negative childhood expectations. I have to totally agree with that. First of all, making it to adulthood ain't easy. Yeah, we're here, and maybe we take it for granted that we're here. But we can't take for granted the journey that we took to get here. It was hard. It was hard for many of us. That road was hard and long, man. Hard and long. You know, not everybody is going to love you, and a lot of people aren't going to like you. Some people are going to do something about the fact that they don't like you. And some people are going to make sure that even when they like you, that you don't get past them. Some people are going to make sure that you don't outshine them, that you don't land yourself in a place that makes you feel good about yourself. Sometimes people don't want you feeling good about yourself. They don't mind you feeling good about them, but they don't want you feeling good about themselves. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says, it's like believing somebody that ain't got shit and don't want shit try to berate you. Oh, that. Oh, them. Oh, this. Yeah. Ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, or a friend to talk about it to. And they trying to run your life. They telling you what you can do better. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't take the advice of somebody just because they're not in that field or an expert in that field. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, remember who you are. Remember who you are. And if you haven't found who you are, keep your mind and focus on the development of who you are. Don't stop remembering or taking heed or adhering to who and what you are. Rock with that. Rock with it. Yeah. Wondering if they've been right all along about you. You've been telling them for years. You've been telling your haters and anybody else that tried to, put you down or keep you down. You've been telling them for years. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't understand. I'm not like y'all. I don't do what y'all do. But what y'all wrong about is that, first of all, I don't be trying to play nobody. I don't be trying to diss nobody. I don't be trying to wish no ill will on anybody. I don't want to see nobody out here doing bad. And y'all got me out here making it look like in order for me to be better, I got to make somebody else look bad. And that's not me. Y'all over here spreading rumors about me that I'm spreading rumors about somebody else. And neither one of those rumors are true. Defamation of character, man. I heard a bad rumor about somebody that I know recently. Bad rumor. I don't know whether to believe it or not. But the rumor was so nasty. And if I wasn't paying attention, it would have fit the narrative of some recent circumstances or some recent events that I've seen go down recently, And that's when you really have to be careful. Staying strong is easy when things are going your way. Staying strong becomes increasingly difficult when things ain't going your way, when people ain't backing you up, when nobody's co-signing anything for you, when you don't have a cheering section, when you don't have no hype man. Everybody needs a Flavor Flav or a Spliff Star or a Proof. Those were very popular hype men. A Jim Jones. Okay, everybody needs a Flavor Flav to their Chuck D. Everybody needs a Spliff Star to their Busta Rhymes. Everybody needs a Jim Jones to their Cameron. Everybody needs a Memphis Bleak to their Jay-Z. Everybody needs a Abbott to their Costello. not. But you do. You do. And when you don't have that, whether you've had it before and don't have it anymore, or if you've never had that, it can make your ride a lot longer, grueling, and it can make it hot, no air conditioning. And when it's hot like this, like these dog days of summer have been, you can if you don't have air conditioning, you can ride with your windows down. But it's the worst thing that happens when you stuck in traffic with no air conditioning, because the hot air is just sitting there baking your ass, or should I say broiling your ass, because the sun is up above. Yeah, it's broiling you. As long as the car is moving, it ain't that bad. It's creating some wind like a fan. But when you're idling a long time, oh goodness. Yeah, man. A Jerome to their Morris. A Jerome to their Morris. Jesse. Now, Jerome. Yes. Oh. A Jerome to their Morris. I always thought that was funny as hell, man. They on the same damn level. The group was called The Time before it was called Morris Day and The Time. But the group was called The Time. How was Jerome how was he like the butler to the damn to Morris? Talk about a gimmick. That Prince. I would love to see how they got Jerome to agree to that. I like to see that. Jesse. Now, Jerome. Yes. Oh. But yeah. Without a hype man, without a cheering section, without an encouraging background force to try to propel you forward, it's tough. And you can really start to say, well, I can't beat him, so I join him. I can't beat him, but I join him. I can't beat him, but I can't beat him while I'm. But it's easy to keep your sense of self, and it's easy to stay strong when you're winning. When you haven't won yet, or when you're not winning anymore, that's when all of the suggestions start to make sense to you. But then you can start wondering how you ever made it in the beginning. Well, they told you it was all luck. Now you believe them. You believe that it was all luck. Did you not put in the work? Did you not do what you were supposed to do? Did you not try? Did you not dream? Did you not pray? Come on, man. In entertainment, when you're hot, executives don't tell you what to do. But when your records stop selling, or people stop coming to see your movies, when your stock starts to drop, now, whether you wanted to listen to prior advice or not, now you gotta listen. Mess around and get dropped from the label, blackballed in some cases. The entertainment industry is the toughest in the world. Not for anybody. It's not for people who don't have a thick skin. It ain't for them. No. If you're the type that can't take criticism or sometimes straight up being ridiculed, the entertainment industry is not for you. because some people boo. And if you've ever been booed before, you know that the recovery time and the process for recovery can be tough coming back from a boo. Not everybody can stand a boo. Not everybody can stand a boo. Can't do a boo. But you see the character in the people who have withstood the boos and turned the boos around to yay, yay, that's my man. Yo, man, I always knew he had it. I knew that's my girl. I knew she was going, maybe so, maybe not. But there's something to all of that. There's something to all that. All that, all that. Wondering if they have been right about you all along. You know how they say, well, everybody can't be wrong. Everybody can't be wrong. Who did I hear somebody say that about? Years and years ago, maybe as much as 10 or 15 years ago, somebody was talking about Nas, the rapper Nas. Now, as you know, the rapper Nas is probably undisputedly one of the best rappers ever. It's in terms of writing. He's not that great of a performer, but he can write some rhymes and they be dope. He can write them and he can say them. The Achilles heel of Nas is that he doesn't know how to pick good beats. The songs that are released as singles for him are pretty good, but when you listen to his album, you hear a bunch of dope rhymes and a bunch of whack beats. Like he doesn't know how to choose songs. He doesn't know how to make songs that are good consistently. He chooses bad production and bad beats. A lot of his beats sound like other producers' throwaway beats. I think it's because Nas is such a good rapper. I think that he thinks that his rhymes can save any beat. Like if I rhyme over it, it's going to be dope. It's not true. But people were talking about some of the more personal things dealing with Nas. Like how his relationship with Jay-Z, how that fell apart. Jungle Jungle is his brother. But his brother and the other cat had a group called the Bravehearts. Bravehearts. They had a group called the Bravehearts. They weren't even real rappers. They were really just a couple of thugs. They made some alright songs. But you look at what happened between him and Cormega and Jay-Z and Mobb Deep and everybody associated with Nas was no longer associated with, including AZ. And I don't think AZ was that much of an extreme example, but what was it Case? No, it was. I don't think it was Case. Somebody was saying everybody can't be wrong about Nas. Just look at the people he came up with, and look at where they are now. Look at where he is. Everybody can't be wrong about Nas. Well, I remember hearing that. I was like, dang, everybody can't be wrong. Why not? Can everybody have a similar agenda? Which is why they're not here anymore? Could it be that they didn't want to do any of the work, but they wanted all of the spoils, they wanted all of the accoutrements, they wanted all of the trappings of success, but they didn't want to do what was necessary in order to be successful? Could that be? Anyway, when I heard in that interview, somebody, and it'll come to me. Wait a minute. You know who it might have been? 50. I think it was 50 Cent. I think it was 50. But that makes sense to me. That 50 would chronicle everybody who he's not down with anymore. I think it was 50. I think it was 50 who was saying everybody can't be wrong. Well, apply that to your life. Could everybody be wrong about you if everybody has tried to discourage you from doing what you were doing, taking the path that you were taking? And that's taking into account that you're out there trying to do good things, whether for yourself or for somebody else. Is it that nobody could be wrong about you? Could it be that they all have the same agenda or a similar agenda? Could it be that you know something that nobody else knows? Could it be? Everybody can't be wrong. How about in the Nazi party? You had a country full of Germans who turned Nazis. They were sure all in. Totalitarian government. Totalitarian. Everybody's involved in a totalitarian government. And they followed that Nazism. Were they right? Or could everybody be wrong? The neo-Nazis believe that, yeah, they were right. It just didn't turn out. I guess everybody was hating on them so bad, and that's why they lost the war. And that's why there's no more Hitler. I mean, he would have been dead by now anyway. But you understand what I mean. When you say that everybody can't be wrong, are you sure? Do you know that for a fact? Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Wait a minute. Okay. Stacey White says, I don't want to cheat to get my stuff or do somebody bad to get my stuff. I can dig that. It says, Stacey, it always feels unsettling. If you hear the same thing about somebody from unrelated sources, there's truth somewhere in it. Of course, human nature will tabloid it up. He also says America did take notes from the Nazis to keep things going like they are. Yes, they did. There was one time when Hitler was considered to be a genius, an innovator. I mean, say what you want to. He had Germany sitting pretty. His biggest mistake was trying to fight Russia and France at the same time. Well, he had already had France. He had already invaded France, occupied that. He had already invaded England, occupied that. The United States jumped in then. You think the United States jumped in because of Pearl Harbor with Japan? Not so. Speaking of this is random, and I'm gonna get back on the topic. Speaking of Japan, why is Japan considered to be Asia? It's not on the continent. It's not in the continent of Asia. The Philippines. Why are Filipinos considered to be Asians? It's not in the continent of Asia. It's near it. Same thing with Taiwan. It's not on the continent. These are islands. Japan is a large island, but it's not on the continent of Asia. Neither is Taiwan. Neither is Philippines. Neither is Singapore. Like saying that Japan is in Asia is like saying that the Dominican Republic is in the United States or Barbados or Jamaica or the Bahamas or Bermuda or Haiti, Haiti, Dominican Republic, or Puerto Rico or Cuba. They are not on the continent. They're islands out there in the water. Just like Japan and, when we don't go to a map and see these things, we be thinking like, oh yeah, Japan. This is right there it's in Asia. No, it ain't. And when you see how it ain't, it should jog your mind to see like, maybe that's why their relationship with other Asians is different. Personally, I think we should stop calling the chinky-eyed Asians because we make it seem like they are the dominant culture in Asia, and they're not. You got Indians, you got Pakistanians, you got Afghans, you got Russians, Mongolians, you got they want to say Morocco is in Asia. I mean, in Europe. No, it's not. It's in Asia. Iraq, Asia. Iran, Asia. I think we should start a campaign of stop calling the chinky-eyed Asians. It's disrespectful to the rest of the Asians, in my opinion. There are a billion Eastern Indians. What's your real Indians? There are over a billion Indians. The only other place in the world that has a billion people is China. China is definitely in Asia, but so is India. And India is a smaller sized country than China is. And there was a time when they reported having more people than China did. So Oriental. That's what they're going back to for me. All right. So what I'm saying is, as far as your sense of self, what you want to be, what you are doing, how do we allow somebody to determine whether they were right about us? Talking about Nazi Germany and the Nazis and all of that. Yeah. Where the Germans went wrong, where they fought two countries at the same time. Had they not done that, they did the same dumb shit that Napoleon did 100 years before. Had he not went into Russia, them red motherfuckers would have been all right. But you don't go to Russia in the wintertime, summertime, no time. You don't go to Russia. It's too cold. You ain't used to that. Horses can stand extreme temperatures. Not them Russian extreme temperatures, though. Horses was freezing to death. They didn't have nothing to feed them with. Did I mean Mongolia? What, when I said Russia? Russia is in Asia. Russia is all the way in Asia. So yeah, I did. Mongolia is definitely Russia. I mean, in Asia also. What did I say? What did I say wrong? No. Oh no, Morocco. Morocco is not in. Go look at that map. Go look at that map. You know what I mean? I did myself the service of going to go look at the map the other day. I was like, well, I'll be goddamn. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Take a look at the map. They be saying a whole lot of shit is in the so-called Middle East and all. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, with Russia, they tried to say there's a European Russia and then there's an Asian Russia. No, you can't have a country in two continents. It's in Asia. The big part of Russia is in Asia. I guess the part that they want for power's sake is in Europe, or what they used to call Eurasia. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, so yeah, Hitler was considered a genius. He was considered to be a genius. But can everybody be wrong about you? Yes. Can everybody be right about you? Yes. It's your job to make them either right or wrong about you. So what we can do is we can work hard to make sure that the people who say the good things and the nice things and the positive things about us are right. And the people who say negative things, bad things, and hurtful and detrimental things about us are wrong. No matter how many of them it is. We can be better than those Nas beats. Shout out to Nas. Oh, one of my favorite rappers. He's dope. Real dope. You know what I'm saying? Morocco's in. Okay. Let me look this up again. Let's see. Let me 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 see. Okay. So, Afghanistan, Iran. What is this right here? Saudi Arabia. Wait a minute. You know what? My apologies. Not Morocco. Turkey. God damn it. Turkey. My bad. I'm sorry. You're right. Turkey is what. Turkey. Turkey. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Turkey is what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Good looking out. Good looking out with that one. It was Turkey. Turkey, Morocco. Turkey, Morocco. Turkey, Morocco. Good catch there. Good catch there. T. Carey, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my people going directly into your site. I meant that turkey, not the slice kind, not the smoke kind, but you know what I'm talking about. Mine. Yeah, Turkey is in Asia. Now they want to say that Turkey is in Europe. I'm like, no. And it's not in the Middle East. Asia. Now you come all the way over here. Look at this. Look at this. Philippines. All the way out in the water. All the way out in the water. Indonesia. All the way out in the water. Malaysia. All the way out in the water. Way out there. Shoot, you can't swim that far. Yeah. Japan. It ain't touching the, it's not touching the continent. Korea is. Sri Lanka. No. Yeah. And you have Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. Shoot. China is taking up the whole damn Asia. Look how much bigger China is than India. You see this mess? They be talking about the space that's needed in China. What about India? Where are they putting people? Man. You talking about a night in Bangkok. How you gonna fit in there? How you gonna fit in there? Taiwan, look at this. Taiwan, all the way out there in the ocean. Just chilling. My bad. My bad about the whole Morocco thing. Turkey. Stay your ass out of a Turkish prison. Yeah. So TK right says they try to say that Turkey is in Europe, but it's in 8. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You got to understand the political agenda, you know, of these countries. No, it says, I read somewhere that a double-minded man is unstable in all ways. Not all starters are finishers on account of becoming easily distracted by overthinking. TK right says, no biggie. I wallpapered the world map on my kids' wall when they wheat little. What do you mean they wheat little? Okay. Didn't do much good. Listen, it's easy for us to forget, and that just shows you the power of the media to sway our thinking. We think that Russia big as shit. It's big as hell. Siberia. I mean, what is this? Russia is bigger than China, India. Russia is everywhere in Asia. Look, they got the Russian Far East. It looked like the Russian Far North to me. That thing is cold up in that biatch. It's cold up in that biatch. All right, y'all. We about to do these birthday shout-outs. But yeah, man, you know, one of them, they've been right about you all along. If they've been talking bad about you and you know that you've been doing good, then no, they ain't right. If they've been calling you ugly for years and you know that you cute, no, they ain't right. If they've been saying that you are unworthy all of these years and you built yourself up to be worthy, no, they ain't right. They're not right. You know what I mean? Don't start making them more credible now because things aren't going your way. There are going to be plenty of times in your life when things aren't going your way, but you don't let nobody tell you who you are. Do I do what I do? All right. You You got to stand strong if you're on your principles. If your principles were grounded in something good, we got to remember to do that. We got to remember to be the good self that we set out to be. We have to support our own people. We got to support our people. When I say our own people, not just black people, but definitely black people. But I mean the people that you know. You got to support them. You got to let them know that, you got some good shit going on. And I can help you get some more good shit. But know for a fact that I like what you're doing and I'm willing to help you do some more. And when I could use your help, I'd appreciate if you were there for me. Don't let your haters and your distractors and the people who want to insult you and they don't want anything out of their lives and they don't want to see you have anything out of yours. Do not let them win. Do not let them win.
90 seconds.
We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 23rd, first day of Leo. Whoa. And they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Caprice Porter, turning 42 years old today. And also Tamina M. Mimi Hughes. Happy birthday to you. And Shalisa Webb, turning 44 years old today. And also Shelly Seals, go get her, Shelly Seals, turning 46 years old today. And Kevin Williams, turning 44 years old today. And Robert Bailey, turning 53 years old today. And Amber Bonner, turning 41 years old today. And Shalise Brower, turning 62 years old today. And Devon Hammonds, happy birthday to you. And she's a twin. And also
10 seconds.
Toy Gillard, happy birthday to you. And Marley Gardia, coming live from Liberia, turning 39 years old today. And Joanna Parker, turning 34 years old today. And Yemi He, turning 53 years old today, and she's actually the twin of Divine Hammonds. And also David Howes, happy birthday to you. And Eric White, my man Eric White, turning 54 years old today. Mark Crawford, turning 65 years old today. Robert Santiago, happy birthday to you. Claudia Robinson, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my girl Renee Ivy. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious. Interesting. August 23rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud, just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. I rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing, you do the thing. Y'all represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, check it out, yo, listen to me. I said, listen to me. You've built yourself up to be what you wanted to be, more than likely. Maybe some of us are already there. Some people, some of us are still trying. We're still traveling. We're still on our journey. But you can't let the people who don't want to see you succeed bring you down at every turn. And I don't care how many of them it is. When you know that you have something good, then you have to stand on that. Keep showing, keep proving, keep going, keep moving. Don't let nobody take you down because they ain't proving themselves to you like you prove yourself to them. But you ain't got to prove yourself to you, the men and the women that are here today, to make sure that you put your great things on display. And because they don't want to hear it and they don't want to see it, it doesn't mean that you're not there, and it don't mean that you won't be it. You are on your way for greatness, and you going to get there with the lateness or the quickness. But reasons make you go through your seasons, and it's time for you to shine your light. You gonna do that thing, and everything is gonna be bright, and you are the man, the woman, and everything is going to go slow and steady. But when you're ready, you're gonna get there. Don't worry about them niggas because they petty. Word. Yes, but it's only July. It ain't August. What did I say? August 23rd? I meant July 23rd. All right, I don't know. Peace to my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This has been another installment of the Urban Therapy with Son Show. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it. Make sure that y'all keep the message in your mind and at hand, and make sure that nobody takes you down. All right, with that being said, Blog Talk, I'm going to get you out of here. That's what I am going to do. It's time for us to be out of here. I'm going to release myself, and I will release you. And I want y'all to have a great day. It's hot out there, so please be careful and do it your way. And everything is going to be all right and okay. And everything is going to be all right and okay. And peace to my day ones. I'm sorry. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers.